All right. All right. All right. Have we got everything set up? Now, Kamal, if you want to stand this side as well. And you're nearly ready to go with the camera? Camera one?
Have we got everyone here? Does anyone can see?
They can hear, yeah? Yep, swap it across. Hey, beautiful. Now I'm in the screen, look terrible. You look awesome though.
Thanks.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll start this underway. All right, thank you everybody for coming along to our Worlds Apart Season 2 launch party. Hooray! All right, so for everyone, if this is recorded and you're actually watching this later, I'm Kim, this is Kamal. We're the creators of Worlds Apart. Now, if you want to scroll to our presentation, no, scroll, that one. And next slide, Season 2 launch party, hooray! We'll just run through a quick bit so everybody's got a bit of an idea about where this actually project started and how it come about. To start off, Worlds Apart started from Kamal one night at a barbecue. He kind of just sit there and went, you know what? I'd really like to do an animation about a koala in a call center. And that was where we started off with it. From there, we've started off I thought about it for a while, and I kind of went, you might have something there. You know what? We might be able to do something with a koala in a call center. And then we started fleshing it out, coming out with characters that kind of bounce off each other, think about, you know, how they'd work together in this crowded call center. Because Kamal's got the background in the call center. I've just got a background in animation. So it's like we developed this together with a collaborator I've worked with before, Sonia Cousins. I got to do a shout out to Sonia. She's not here. She hasn't been able to come down, but she worked really well with us, coming up with the whole script, pitches, and we started pitching the project around to different places to see if we could get any interest. Now, we've done through a few workshops as well to kind of build it up so it was actually a really cool project. But what ended up happening is we haven't actually had anyone go, you know what, we're going to put money into it. Everyone said this is really cool, we love the idea, but we want to see more. So we kind of thought about it for a bit. We went, we're not getting anywhere. How about we actually just test the audience out and test YouTube out? So that's where we got into Season 1. Season 1 started out with just, oh yeah, what's a few gags we could do? So we started off with short gags, you know, started off with 20 seconds to 2 minutes. Just short gags to see what sort of response we got. We ran that out last year. And from that, we sort of got a pretty good response. Kamal said, all right, let's do some social media. So we started getting our social media presence going, started doing just little still frames to see if we could get comedy happening, get engagement. We developed our photo board, which we went out and we've walked around the city a few times, and we went to events with our photo board, got people engaged that way. So we've started building our social reputation with that sort of stuff. From there, we were like, at the end of kind of last year, we sat down and we thought, you know what, we're actually getting traction. We're getting interest. Should we keep going? So that's where we went, you know what, Season 2, let's actually go 10 episodes, 2 minutes each, run it out over next year. So that's where we are now. We're up for the first episode of Season 2. Can you scroll on to the next slide? Cool. Oh, skip really quick. So, yeah, Season 1, 16, all up. Went through really, really well. You can find them on YouTube, all browsed under Season 1. All right. From there, social engagement, hey, our beautiful faces, hey, with our photo board, we went out, we built up all our social media, we even got our own QR code, which kind of links everything in, which is fantastic. And if you ever actually go to check back with all the little thumbnails, we went to Comic-Con. No, it was Supernova. Went to Supernova and we got lots of people in their fancy dresses actually taking photos, and that was a bunch of fun. Lots of people actually watched it and they went, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. So next slide. Are we on the right? Can you just go to OBS for a sec? Make sure we've got the right. Nope. Can you change that to presentation? There we go. All right. So from last season, we started off with only 4 characters. We had 4 voices, and we were really lucky that 3 voices from last year, kind of when we hit them up, we said, oh yeah, do you want to do it again? They're like, yes, that was so much fun. And this season, we've expanded out our characters this year to have 3 more voices in here. So we're lucky we've got a couple of them here this well. We've got Addie and we've got Jules, who have thrown new voices to our new characters. So I'm very thankful for everyone who's kind of joined on and gone, yes, let's make this happen. So this is my thank you board, and this is who they voice. Hey! And so we get to actually what we came here for today to celebrate. There are actually 2 things we've got happening that we wanted to go, let's make a big event for it. When we were talking to Kamal said, let's do a launch party. He's laughing, and the first thing I thought was, no, I don't want to do a launch party. But I'm glad, they say when you get to discomfort and you feel something, it's like, oh, you got to push through it. So here we are at our launch party. The first launch party we've had, the biggest launch party we've had. Thank you all so much for supporting us as we come along to actually do this adventure. But the first thing we're going to be launching is... Oh, sorry. It's a Shopify store. It is not live. We were hoping to have it live for the event so we could go, you could go buy stuff. But the store's not quite ready yet. But soon, if you follow our social medias, we'll be able to actually put up there. We've got an array of different things, worlds apart centric, very much orchestrated by Kamal, getting it all in and consensus organized. He's kind of taken lead on that and just said, all right, I've got Shopify. This will help start generate money so we can put more money back into the second thing we're about to launch, which is, stay right there. Now you need to find episode 01 of...
And that was when I just hit a wall. She was so tough that I couldn't close the deal.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. This has been one of our best product runs. Indra has just done the best numbers on the floor. Badge has been steady. Even Abby was able to sell someone off an inquiry. And she doesn't even know what the product is. And you've blown a breathalyzer number? Let's get back to basics. Did you open with the script?
Yes, I followed the script. I'm the one that wrote the script we used, remember? I used the damn script.
And you were relatable with the speaking and listing of the benefits that this useless product could add to this miserable person's pathetic little existence?
It's right there on the script, Indra. Dot point number 2. Be relatable.
You ran the pitch. The pitch! The key to making this all work. You clearly stated the pitch.
Come on, I'm not an amateur. I sizzled that pitch enough to fry a whole dozen eggs. My pitch is tight as.
Well, then what about the objections? There must have been objections if you didn't land the sale.
That's the crazy part. When I got to objections, was only silence. Nothing. Nada. It's like Space Gold up the other end of the line. It was a huge vacuum of empty listening back at me.
Did you ask if there were any objections? You do know you need to ask for them.
Duh. Of course I asked. I need these sales as much as anyone on the floor.
I think I found your problem.
Well, what have you found?
Says here on the spreadsheet checklist that the client is deaf.
Worlds apart.
Get my body out of the way. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching our first episode of the season 2. I just want to say thanks heaps to Kim because he's very easy to work with. Like, he's like, when I say something or when he says something, it actually gets done and we actually do it. But he's worked hours and hours to, get the animation running, and like, he's really easy with ideas. Like, as you know, I'd say an idea and he'd sit and think on it for a few days. It would be like, oh yeah, let's run that. But yeah, like Kim puts a lot of tireless effort. He is very, very good to work with. And I want to thank Jillian and Travis as well, because as soon as I mentioned launch party, she didn't even think for a second. She didn't even breathe. She just goes, yep, real easy. And Travis has been very accommodating and helping with us. Coming through. Look at the grass, all right? Look at the grass. He almost broke his leg trying to get this stuff done. It's really good, and the support from all of you is amazing too. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
And yay! Yeah. So that actually pretty much wraps up our final things that we really wanted to run through. Yes, that was our launch. That was our big announcements we wanted to share with everyone. Was thanks so much for actually watching it. You're the first ones to see it final. We haven't released it yet. So thank you. And just for everyone who gets to watch it on YouTube later, please subscribe, share, and make sure that you kind of follow us on all the socials that happen. Until we release the next one, which will be happening, we'll say bye. Stop. Oh. No, actually, yeah, go.
Q&A? Yeah.
Just scroll across. Just one sec. And stop. Yes.